Hello dear student, myself Raman Shukla from LPM Public School, Gola Bazar, Gorakhpur. Dear student, in this video we are going to read about the SST of class 7, chapter 3rd. Our today's topic is intraplanetary movement and major landform. Now we are going to start the reading of chapter Movements of the Earth. In the beginning, scientists believed that the position of the continents were more or less fixed. However, it was discovered that the continents were in a state of constant motions, and the movement was due to changes taking place inside our dynamic Earth. And after that, in his book The Origin of Continents and Oceans, Professor Alfred Wegener, a German meteorologist, suggested the theory of continental drift. According to him, all the continents were once joined together as one supercontinent known as Pangaea. Dear student, Pangaea is important for you. What is Pangaea? Pangaea was a supercontinent which began to break apart about 200 million years ago, resulting in the drifting apart of the continents from each other. His theory was reformed by the discovery of new evidences in the form of sea floor spreading. The scientific theory that deals with the large-scale motion of the lithosphere is known as theory of plate tectonics. Dear student, what is the theory of plate tectonics? Then answer is the scientific theory that deals with the large-scale motion of the lithosphere. According to this theory, the lithosphere is divided into several large as well as small, irregularly shaped plates. These can be continental or oceanic in region. Continental or oceanic means these plates, above the plate there is a continent or any ocean in nature. It is generally felt that these are floating on the molten mantle or plastic asthenosphere. Dear student, plastic asthenosphere is a part of crust and mantle, lower crust and upper mantle. This is called plastic asthenosphere. Then what is plastic asthenosphere is clear. Molten mantle means part of mantle that is molted means liquid. These movements take place mainly due to the heat generated within the interior of the earth. Dear student, the constant motion of the tectonic plates due to the causes of the constant motion of the tectonic plate is heat generated within the interior of the earth. It's clear everybody? Now next, the surface of the earth is constantly undergoing changes due to external or exogenic forces that originate outside the earth crust. Dear student, the surface of the earth is constantly undergoing changes due to external or exogenic forces that originate outside the earth crust. We can say upper surface of earth. Through erosion and deposition by agents like wind, water, etc., the internal or endogenic forces originate within the earth crust and comprise sudden movement like volcanic eruption, earthquakes, landslide, etc. Dear student, there are two forces. They are responsible for the changes in our earth. They are exogenic or endogenic forces. Now we are going to know about the formation of major landforms. Motion of the lithosphere caused the Earth's movement to be slow, resulting in the formation of continents, ocean beds, mountains, plateaus, and plains, as well as sudden Earth movement due to volcanic activities and earthquake. Let us now try to understand how these plates actually move and affects the geography of our planet. Geologists know where the convection currents in the asthenosphere is ascending. Convection currents in the asthenosphere. We have discussed about these things. Asthenosphere is already discussed. And what are convection current? Convection currents originate due to the heat generating from the interior of the earth. Is ascending the lithosphere plates diverge or pull apart horizontally. They are the responsible for the ascending of lithospheric plates diverge or pull apart horizontally. Now, first point. At low lying places on the ocean floor, new rocks material rises to reach the surface of the earth. This leaf-core spreading leads to the formation of new lithospheric materials, continent and ocean basin. Next point. Wide rifts may sometimes be created as in the San Andreas Fault in California, USA. The places where the convection currents in the asthenosphere descend, the lithospheric plates above it converge or more horizontally toward each other. When two oceanic plates converge, one is pushed under the other, leading to the formation of the deep sea trench, so as the Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean. When two continental plates collide, either gets pushed down and both process the same density, much like what happens when icebergs collide. The force of compression causes the lithosphere to get buckled into folds and mountains are formed. Then the formation of mountains due to the colli- co- collision of the tectonic plates. Now we are going to know about the formation of mountains. Usually the formation of mountains is Usually, the formation of mountains is attributed to the movement of lithospheric plates, giving rise to horizontal or orogenic movement. Such movement result in folding and faulting on the Earth's crust and are responsible for the formation of mountains. Now we are going to know about folding. The movement of two lithospheric floats toward each other result in collision and creation of a force of compression leading to the wrinkling of the rock layers of the earth crust. This is referred to as folding. Suppose that you fold any page or anything. The upfold parts of ridges are known as anticline, while the downfall or valleys are known as synclines. Most of the world's greatest mountain chains have been formed in this way. Mountains like the Appalachians in the USA, the Urals in Eurasia, and the Aravallis in India were formed millions of years ago due to horizontal plate movement. These are known as old fold mountains. The Himalayas, Rockies, Alps, and Andes are young fold mountains as they are still being subjected to horizontal plate movement that are pushing them higher even now. Peaks of the old fold mountains are rounded. They have gradual slopes with the height lower than the young fold mountains, while the young fold mountains exhibit point peaks and deep and steep valleys. Dear student, what the formation of old fold mountains and young fold mountains are? same and the differences between them are clear. Now we are going to know about faulting. When plates move, stresses and strains are set up. When two plates move from one and another in the lithospheric, giving rise to fissures and fractures. This causes large scale displacements of the rock structure, which is known as faulting, resulting in the formation of block mountains and rift valleys. When there are two almost parallel faults on the earth crust and the land between them is either uplifted or left standing even after the surrounding areas have subsided, a block mountain is formed. The formation of block mountain is clear, everybody. When two almost parallel faults on the earth crust and the land between them is either uplifted or left standing even after the surrounding areas have subsided, a block mountain is formed. The uplifted part is known as horst or block mountain, and the subsided part is referred to as graben or rift valley. The Vindhya and Satpura ranges in India, the Vosges and Black Forest mountains of Germany are example of block mountains, while the Death Valley in the USA is an example of the graben. Normal faulting occurs when the horizontal movement of rocks is tensional or in opposite direction away from a given point. On the other hand, when the horizon movement of rocks is compressional, reverse faulting leads. The rock strata being pushed up between two faults leading the formation of block mountains or rocks. Tear faults occur when the rock structure is displaced laterally in opposite direction. For example, the San Andreas Fault in California, USA. In this video, we have discussed already about the movements of earth and the formation of mounds, fold mountains and block mountains. In our next video, we discuss about earthquake and volcanic activities. Thank you, everybody.